Alright guys, so right now we're at Ace Hardware picking up some manifold studs because I'm missing a couple of them. So these are really close. I think they're M10s.
Something from this box.
They're M10 by M8 by 38 millimeters, whatever that means. So yeah, I need a couple of these, and they actually fit really nicely, as you can see there. But they're slightly too long. So what we're gonna have to do, we're probably gonna have to do the same thing with friends and just shave off the end of it. So
Get all the scissors out. Start chopping.
So I need 1, 2.
What are you getting now?
Now I'm getting some hose to put on the drill bit.
Getting those hose.
You put the hose in the drill bit, so whenever you're drilling the oil pan, once you go through the pan, it'll actually hit the hose, preventing you from going in farther. Because if you go in too far, you'll hit your oil pickup. So.
What's up? The face of Ace
Why
over
are you
here.
recording?
I don't know if we did this right, but
Are you
Yeah.
I think so.
We're gonna have to show professional process.
So you guys hit 1,000 subscribers whenever you change on
I
this.
think we're at 1,500 right now.
Already?
Yeah, it's like, it goes pretty quick.
Where's Brendan?
Thanks asleep.
Right now, if you want.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, his powerlifting is 30 pounds.
And the downpipe's not even on it.
Ooh! What the heck was that sound?
Ooh. So apparently this manifold's off a Mazda Speed Miata, and it's ported. The dude before me, the dude that sold the kit to me, ported it, I think. And he's actually about to come over and help out.
Been filed?
Well, either he ported it or someone else did. I forgot what he said.
Dude, I love your truck.
Yeah, dang. Is it get wider?
No.
Alright guys, this is Corey. He came over to help us out today. He's also the guy I bought the kit from. So appreciate you coming over, Corey.
No problem.
He knows his stuff. Yes, he is rather smart, I would say. Yeah, I agree.
Basically, this is what I'm going to be trying to make my Civic look like, so.
Love it.
Yeah.
So right now we're just ripping apart everything we need to take off. We got the intake tract off. We're taking the exhaust manifold off, and next would be the manifold. So we gotta do that. We gotta take out the power steering. Like, you're not required to do that, but it makes it way easier if we just take that out. So that's what we're gonna do. And with the turbo I'm running, we actually have to modify the cooling system. So this hose right here hits the inlet of the turbo. So Corey brought over a bracket, a new outlet he modified. So that's what I'm gonna be running. All right, guys. So we hit our first issue. On the 94 Miata, the EGR tube comes off the exhaust right here, and there's actually a nut that you can use to take off, but there's literally like no way to get in there. Like, it happened, Corey. Fucking, it's not off, but like I was able to turn it.
Hell yeah.
Alright, there we go. We got progress. So, maybe I can do it again now. Alright, so now we're not going to cut it. Nope. All that matters is that I can turn it right now. Yeah, guys, this is a very tight space to get into. Now, keep in mind, what we're doing, we have to do all these mods because we're running a turbo that wasn't designed for this car. Right, Corey?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. Yeah, so yeah, this turbo came off a Nissan, I want to say 240. Is that right?
RB20 Skyline.
Skyline. Ooh, it came off a GTR.
R32 Skyline.
Good deal. So yeah, not meant for this car. So we're having to modify a lot of stuff. There are a lot of Mazda Miata kits out there that are just direct bolt-ons.
Yeah.
So this is like the most work you're gonna have to do, basically. All right, guys. So we got the EGR disconnected. And we're having some issues with the stock exhaust. I can't see shit out of this, but and was having issues with the exhaust. Basically, the where like the factory downpipe ends, like at the cowlet converter, the nuts for the exhaust are just completely rusted, and we already stripped it.
We already put some PV Buster on it, and still didn't even work.
Oh man, this blade is done. Okay, not the first that. Anyway, we're gonna basically just chop off the stud so we can get the factory exhaust off. And for the next couple weeks, I'll be running just the turbo downpipe. And whenever inspection time comes around, I'm gonna, once I get some more money, I'm gonna go and get a custom cat welded on there. So.
This blade is absolute trash. Switch right now. Good deal.
Just push it off.
It's off, dude.
Push off the exhaust.
Alright guys, so we got the factory downpipe out. So to take this was actually a lot of work just to get this damn thing out. So start out with, you got your heat shield, which is like 8 bolts. I don't know.
There's so many bolts on this.
And then you have to take the actual manifold nuts out, and those are hard to get to. After that, you got your EGR right here, which is a pain in the ass to get to, but we finally got that. And you can either just take the whole thing out, or you can just disconnect it here. But since we're like replacing this whole thing, it's easier to just take the whole thing out. So this part was like the nuts were just welded on there.
Yeah,
with the rust.
So we just cut it off.
Yep. And then the last thing was a little mount, which is actually this bolt, and that just held on to the transmission. So this is what, 2 hours work right here.
Yeah.
So the next issue we have is we're still trying to fit the downpipe in the exhaust system. So if you can get the camera over here, there's this little tab that sticks off the transmission, and as you can see, I already tried to cut it off. But it's hanging the downpipe, so we gotta take that tab off, and it does absolutely nothing. So there's no issue with that. But I'm just using an angle grinder, and we're gonna try to take that tab off. You see it?
Oh, there it is. It's that one right there.
That's the tab. It's hard to see.
So we already started grinding it.
Alright, so yeah guys, this is what I'm working with right now. This thing is just done. But, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty trash.
So, let's see if I can do this.
Okay. Alright guys, so we're taking the power steering pump, belt housings, all that stuff off. And
yeah, so we're deleting the power steering, keeping AC. That's the plan at least.
yeah.
Because in Texas, in the summer, it'll get up to like, what, 105 degrees.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. And that sucks, especially when your car is all black. So, I'm gonna try to keep AC, and that's already loose.
Alright, so we're just about to pull the pump out.
So we're disconnecting the power steering lines from the steering rack, and that's all we're gonna do as far as deleting the power steering. But we're just making more room in here, so make it easier to work on.
The turbo manifold and turbo downpipe, all that is connected over here.
So we just finished modifying the water system, and Corey here actually gave me his already modified parts off of his Miata that he's not using anymore. So how it is stock is the water pump outlet comes out, and then it goes 90 degrees, and basically the lines loop around to the radiator. And what that does is it hits the turbo directly. So what we did is, instead of running it like that, we just flipped it 180 degrees. So now it's going to be like this. And we had to do a couple things. This right here is actually for the heater hose. So this long ass cable slash cord slash hose needs to run all the
heater
way.
hose.
It needs to run. It has to go all the way under the AC and to the heater cord. So that's what that is. And then this, instead of coming out like
Elephant.
by the power steering, this is just gonna make its way into the radiator. And these zip ties right here are for this piece, because this piece just has an O-ring on it and just kind of chills in there. Nothing really keeps it in there. So we hooked up a series of zip ties to this cable clamp, and as you can see, that's pretty damn sturdy.
We also put some RTV in it
Yeah.
to help seal it, which is the blue
So
in there.
hopefully it doesnnt leak. If it does, next step is probably JB weld it. But honestly, this should work pretty good. So
Yeah,
cool.
and so against from stock.
Okay, here's the stock heater hose setup. So, I'm trying to how do you pronounce this? Okay, so here's the front of the motor, right? And then here's the water outlet. Your turbo is sitting right here. The turbo just hits this piece right here.
Yeah.
So what we did was just flip that. So now it's like that.
Much better.
Yep.
Yes.
That right there, guys, is quality
It is
engineering.
backwards from the factory.
It's just, yeah.
All right.
So we got the RTV on there, as you can see. And yeah, so it just goes in like this, basically. Oh, that's going to be hard to fit. Okay. So, wow, that's going to have to be cut. But, hey, it's okay. So that's going to loop around somehow?
This can go like this. Wait, hose clamp.
That goes to the bottom of the radiator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's gonna go down and curl up and back and then back to the radiator.
Sweet.
Unless we use a stock piece of hose.
So, list of stuff to do once we get the water pump outlet back in. We got to connect all the coolant lines, and then after that, we can actually put the turbo in, line the turbo up, install the manifold, install the coolant lines onto the turbo, and then I think at that point we can actually drill the oil pan, run the oil lines, and then after that, it's just intercooler piping.
Yep.
So we're getting closer.
Good deal.
So we've basically gotten almost, I'd say about 60-70% of it done. You gotta see the custom fab zip ties up there.
Looks like a full ass job. This doesn't look very much like a half-ass job to me. It looks pretty full ass.
Really?
Maybe I just haven't seen all the zip ties yet.
Oh, there's so many.
There's two, Brennan.
There's 4. But they're connected.
Bolt strip now.
Alright guys, so right now we're taking the intake manifold brace off. And this is so we could easily reach the oil pressure sender, right? Is that what it is?
Yep.
And so we could have an oil line for our turbo. And it's just these 2 bolts right here, and then there's 1 bolt down there. Gabe's getting that on the bottom.